Welcome to the College of Dental Hygienists of British Columbia's online asynchronous presentation on initial registration. Throughout this presentation, you will learn about the role of the college, the initial registration process, and your responsibilities as a regulated healthcare professional. The mission of the College of Dental Hygienists of British Columbia is to fulfill our duty to protect the public through regulatory excellence. Cdhbc has 4 main goals in its strategic plan. 1. Establish, in partnership with stakeholders, a single regulator for oral health professionals that will govern in the public's interest. 2. Oversee the practice of the profession in the interest of the public. 3. Engage in effective communication and collaboration. And 4. Demonstrate the commitment of the college to cultural safety and humility. There are over 4,100 registered dental hygienists in BC and growing. There are 12 staff members between Victoria and Vancouver and a board of directors composed of 9 members, 6 of which are elected registered dental hygienists. The college has 5 committees: registration, quality assurance, inquiry, discipline, and the nominations committees. Cdhbc is mandated and governed by the Health Professions Act of BC. In the following sections on this online presentation, you will learn about what is required for initial registration, how to complete your registration application, the Jurisprudence education module known as the GEM, and the Quality Assurance Program known as the Qap. Let's review the process of submitting your initial registration application online. First, be sure to review the information guide on the Cdhbc website and apply online at www.cdhbc.com under the Registration and Renewal page. Be prepared for the online application to take up to 30 minutes to complete. The online application is intuitive. It adjusts questions as you input information. The fees required for your application are outlined in the information guide and the application and can be paid online with a credit card. A comprehensive checklist will be provided to you at the end of your online application. The checklist will include items to send to Cdhbc in order to complete your application. Let's review those items in the next section. Completion of your registration application consists of the following items: your criminal record check results. The Cdhbc application will provide instructions as to how to apply for this online so results are sent directly to the college. The college requires verification of your dental hygiene education, which can be received directly from your program or in the form of a notarized copy of your dental hygiene diploma. For new graduates, the college will receive verification of your National Board exam results directly from the National Dental Hygiene Certification Board. Otherwise, applicants must submit a notarized copy of their NDHCB certificate. As part of your application, the college requires a notarized copy of your photo ID. A photo notarization form is provided for you in the online application itself. For those previously registered in another jurisdiction or another profession, the college requires a letter of good standing from any jurisdictions in which you have been registered to practice any regulated profession, including social workers, lawyers, teachers, realtors, certified dental assistants, or other health professions. Lastly, you must also complete the Cdhbc Jurisprudence education module, also known as the GEM, online. The following points are important things to note about your application, and they answer some of the most frequently asked questions that the college receives from new applicants. Please note that the college will contact you if your application is sitting incomplete. The total processing time of your application can take up to 6 weeks from the date that your application is completed. Cdhbc staff will phone you as soon as your application has been approved by the registrar and you have been granted a Cdhbc registration and license number. You may practice dental hygiene legally as soon as you receive this phone call. You may not practice dental hygiene in BC until your license number has been confirmed by a member of Cdhbc staff. Practicing dental hygiene in BC without a license is a violation of the Health Professions Act, the Dental Hygienist Regulation, and Cdhbc bylaws, and has serious consequences. The Jurisprudence Education module, known as the GEM, provides education and information on the legal framework that governs dental hygiene practice in BC and is an important educational resource for dental hygienists. The GEM includes an overview of the BC Dental Hygienist Regulation, Cdhbc bylaws, practice standards, scope of practice, and ethical obligations of dental hygienists. The GEM is an online learning module in the D2L Brightspace platform, which contains multiple choice quizzes, drag and drop activities, and real-life ethical scenarios to work through. Within 24 hours of submitting your online application for registration, you will receive an email granting you online access to the GEM with a username and password. Completion of your GEM is automatically sent to Cdhbc electronically and added to your application. The GEM must be completed once for your initial registration application and then once every 5 years as part of your 5-year Quality Assurance Program cycle. In the next section of this presentation, you will learn more about the Cdhbc Quality Assurance Program. Cdhbc, like all health profession regulators, is required under the Health Professions Act to establish a quality assurance program to ensure public protection. The QAP provides registrants with a 5-year cycle during which time they must complete 75 credits of continuing education in order to maintain their practice status. 1 credit is generally, in most cases, equivalent to 1 hour of study or a learning activity. The Qap Assessment Tool is an online assessment that must be completed at the beginning of the 5-year QAP cycle. Registrants have time in January through February of Year 1 to complete the assessment tool online. All registrants of Cdhbc have their own online personal profile, which can be accessed through the Cdhbc website and serves as a place for registrants to update information, access their learning plan, and renew registration each year. Given the recent completion of the NDHCB examination, applicants classified as recent graduates are exempt from completing the QAP assessment tool upon registering with the Cdhbc. Instead, recent graduates will commence a 5-year QAP cycle with an online learning plan comprised of 4 prescribed content categories that must be addressed through their guided learning plan. Being a registered and licensed healthcare provider in BC is a privilege that comes with professional responsibilities. The following sections of this presentation outline your professional responsibilities as a registered dental hygienist, including your responsibilities to provide culturally safe care. As a licensed healthcare professional, your professional responsibilities include the following. Visit the Cdhbc website regularly, including the Practice Resources section, where the most up-to-date information is available. Keep your personal and contact information up to date in your Cdhbc profile. Read all communications sent to you via email or regular mail by the college. Those communications contain vital information for your practice. participate in board elections, and provide feedback on issues that are important to you. Renew your license on time every year and organize the completion of your registration requirements in a timely manner. Respect and honor the trust that society has in you as a regulated professional. This section contains important information about your annual license renewal. The Cdhbc practice year starts on March the 1st and ends on February the 28th every year. Registration renewal opens online at the beginning of every January and closes on the last day of February. A renewal reminder email notification is sent to registrants at the beginning of January, with several email reminders throughout January and February. Dental hygienists in BC pay their annual registration fees to the college at the same time they pay their membership fees to BCDHA and Cdhbc, which are collected by the college on behalf of the associations. This ensures that registered dental hygienists in BC will automatically have access to comprehensive and continuous professional liability insurance coverage. To renew, log into your profile and complete the renewal application, including the payment of all fees, by the last day of February each year. Prepayment plans are available. If you do not renew by the last day of February, you will not have a valid license on March the 1st and cannot practice dental hygiene until you have reinstated your license, which entails additional paperwork and fees. Cdhbc is mandated to protect the public, which includes enhancing registrants' ability to provide culturally safe and humble oral healthcare services. Goal number 4 of the Cdhbc strategic plan is to demonstrate the commitment of the college to cultural safety and humility. The next sections of this presentation provide more information about cultural safety and humility. All healthcare providers in British Columbia are responsible for ensuring safe care, free from any form of racism, prejudice, or discrimination. In this section, you will learn how to define cultural safety and humility, the Cdhbc's cultural safety initiatives, and where to go to learn more. When we talk about cultural safety and humility, what are we talking about exactly? This section defines cultural safety and humility. Cultural humility is a process of self-reflection to understand personal and systemic biases and to develop and maintain respectful processes and relationships based on mutual trust. Cultural humility involves humbly acknowledging oneself as a learner when it comes to understanding another's experience. Cultural humility leads to cultural safety. Cultural safety is an outcome based on respectful engagement that recognizes and strives to address power imbalances inherent in the healthcare system. It results in an environment free of racism and discrimination, where people feel safe when receiving healthcare. Now that you know how to define cultural safety and humility, let's explore Cdhbc's cultural safety initiatives and where you can find out more. On March the 1st, 2017, Cdhbc signed a declaration of commitment to cultural safety and humility with the First Nations Health Authority. Cdhbc takes this commitment very seriously. Enhancing cultural safety in the dental hygiene process of care is part of fulfilling Cdhbc's mandate to protect the public. Visit the Cdhbc Cultural Safety page found under the Professional Development tab on the Cdhbc website, www.cdhbc.com, to find out more about Cdhbc's cultural safety initiatives, including the artwork entitled Mother Earth Song, pictured below. In the next section, You will be presented with more information in a video which will contextualize cultural safety in dental hygiene practice. This video highlights the history of colonialism in BC and the resultant social determinants of health that continue to affect Indigenous peoples and their oral health in BC today. Please take the time to watch and reflect upon this video. Visit the Cdhbc website and reach out to Cdhbc staff to learn more about cultural safety.
This is a story I wrote, and it's titled My Dad's Unbelievable Story, Untold by Him. There is an Okanagan teaching from my great-grandmother, my Grandma Dirty Lake. Granddaughter, do not stand over your child and cry. Your tears will fall down her chubby cheeks, and she will not know why she is crying. This story belongs to my dad. I struggle whether or not to share this story with you. Not because it is unbelievable, but because it has to deal with my dad's personal dignity. He was a well-known political speaker, advocate, and teacher. He would not want to be seen as having any weakness. So I went for a long walk and hiked. Walked in the cold, fresh air here in Nanaimo amongst the great cedars, the rocks, and the eagles. Can I take his story? Is his story mine to share? Is it okay, Dad, to tell your story? And as I watched the stream grow into the river, my question was answered. My dad's story runs through me. His experiences affect me, affect my brothers and my sister today. All of us fear the dentist. He was a boy sent to an Indian residential school. It was the law. There was no choice. It was done. It's as the river flows. Then many years later, this boy became a man. He had 3 sons and 2 daughters. We will forever remember him with tenderness when we think about how he clacked his teeth. I remember the smell and taste of denture paste. There was never a question of why. It's as the river flows. Then one day, I happened to be with my dad. He had a specialist appointment out at UBC, a dental surgeon referral. The dental office was sterile and documents up on the wall. The room had one formal family picture. The man in his suit came in and spoke. Mr. Paul, I have reviewed your dental images. He had an almost sadness that reached his eyes. My dad became stiff, folded his arms, leaned forward. I didn't come here for that. I don't need your pity. My dad looked at me. My dad's body language telling me, pay attention to what he was saying. I'm here to find out if there's anything that you can do to help me. Mr. Paul, no disrespect. But I need to take the dental history of what happened to you. This will assist in the medical management of your care. It is just that I recognize that there has been a significant trauma and scarring along your gums. Can you tell me, to the best of your knowledge, what happened? My dad studied him up and down. Would I tell him? Or would I avoid telling him? It was a fair question. My dad decided to tell him. First, I'm not here for your pity. I do not want any of your emotional looks. I will tell you what happened. I was brought to Cooper Island Indian Residential School. I was about 11 years old when this happened. A dentist came in to examine my mouth. Then I was brought into another room. My ankles were buckled, arms, my chest, my forehead. It was a damn good thing, because when they opened my mouth, every single tooth was pulled in one sitting. Nothing was given for freezing. My face swelled, my eyes swelled, and God bless my sister Cecilia. She gave me water. Weeks passed, and my mouth got rotten. I was taken back to that chair. There was no fight left in me. I was too weak. The dentist pinched off all the rotten gums. I remember becoming so skinny, but I lived. I survived. My dad looked at me. Stop that. You stop that right now. You have nothing to cry about. I wiped the tears from my face. And my dad, he went back to his story. Today, I have never been able to eat solid foods. All my foods had to be soft. No matter how much polydent paste I use inside my dentures, I cannot chew anything, or even semi-hard food. And if I try, my gums break down, and then I'm on an even softer diet. It was a sudden realization. That's right. Everything he ate was mashed and soft, without body. To my knowledge, this surgeon corrected this for my dad, and during the last 10 years of his life, he was able to enjoy foods that he could chew. He never did talk about what happened to him. He never talked about the pain. He taught us that trauma will either make you resilient or weak. You make your own choice. You create your own luck. Above all, he would say, people have to heal with dignity, or they will not heal at all. It's been 22 years since my dad is gone, but the river still runs through us.
We are now at the end of the Cdhbc online initial registration presentation. Throughout this presentation, you have reviewed the Cdhbc initial registration requirements, including the GEM and QAP programs, and professional responsibilities, including registration renewal, communications, and cultural safety. Please see the next section to read a couple of the most frequently asked questions regarding the initial registration application. The last section provides the Cdhbc staff contact information so you know who to contact to learn more about a particular topic. Thank you for your attention to this presentation.